Hey there, it's Nick from Ruly. In this video, I'll walk you through the difference between field calculations and mapping calculations. Let's start with field calculations. Field calculations are configured directly on the model, which means they apply always, regardless of change, app, API, or change caused by a rule. I can click on the calculation icon to define a calculation for that field. There are two main types, default values and formula calculations. A default value is applied when a new record is created, only when a value is not provided by the user for that field. In this example, I can set the default value of the status field to new. Now when I create a new record without specifying the status, it automatically becomes new. Field default values are applied before row security checks, which allows you to assign values like owner equals current user, and security that permits user to only modify/create records assigned to them will pass successfully. Now let's look at formula calculations. Unlike default values, these are SQL-based calculations that automatically execute whenever related values change. For example, I have a total tax amount field that I can configure to always calculate the value based on the tax percentage and the total claim amount. As soon as either field changes, the formula recalculates. When you create a new formula calculation on the field, all existing records get calculated. Now let's look at rules calculations. These calculations are different from field calculations because they are only executed when a rule fires, and are defined inside operations rather than directly on a table. Mapping calculations are used in create, update, PDF, and API operations. Mappings are a list of changes to execute on your data. Mapping calculations in Ruly support both formulas and queries. Here we are on an API operation that makes an API call and then processes the JSON response, changing the record the rule fired on. As you can see in the mapping section, I calculate the paid amount using this formula. Formulas are similar to field formulas, allowing arithmetic calculations and SQL or NCalc functions. Here we can select values from the JSON response, or select to test your calculation using this icon. The next calculation is a query calculation that finds the status. So it searches in the pick list value table and matches by the string that the API response contains. You can also use preview to see if the query locates the right record. Thanks for watching.